What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video. It's your boy Pain. Guys, a lot of you guys have been asking, what do I do, Pain? What do I do first and foremost in this game? So outside of doing the quests, obviously, in terms of story mode and getting stuck, as a free-to-play player, you're most likely going to get stuck right around 8:10 or 8:12. I'm currently working on 8:10. Probably will get this done today and move on, but there is something else everyone should be doing outside of the story, and that is 11 days left for this event. This is what everybody should be farming. So I'm going to give you guys the whole lay of the land on how this event works and what you should be doing in order to get through it and past it. So first off, this is the reason why you want to farm this event, and it's going to be this SSR recollection bit that is available to you right here. You guys can see you can actually get all 5 of them for free to play. It's actually pretty damn strong early on in the game. It's not the greatest, but it does give you guys a big chunk of power because you can A5 it, right? So you guys can see the HP goes to 44%, P-Tech goes to 31%, and C-Tech goes to 31%. Now it is going to buff specifically physical technique increase for 1 turn. Great for physical technique users, and also going to start with 10% damage decrease to self. The big thing here is the stats over here. This can be pretty much applied to anybody because it does give you the P-Tech and C-Tech and gives you more HP, and this is what everyone should be farming in the beginning. This event is only lasting for a couple days. Sorry, not a couple days, 11 days. And you don't want to be stuck behind and not having everything you need to do, right? So event bonuses, you guys can see here, you will get more tokens if you have UG. I don't have UG, but if you also have this equipped, you'll get more. And if you have this, I bought the local souvenirs, you'll also get equipped. A couple things to note as well from this event, you can get yourself quite a few good rewards as you're going through it. There's a pool prize here. So these are the prizes you can actually get through the whole event. The main prize, of course, is going to be Through the Future May Differ ×1. You guys can see 0 of 1, and then of course along the way randomly you'll get these. Now the way this works, okay, is all the pool prizes are available right here. All right, you guys can see number 1. I'm currently on number 2 right now. Number 3 will eventually give you guys the Phantom Parade gotcha tickets. Number 4 will give you guys more of those. So you kind of want to push this to as much as you possibly can and farm this as far as you possibly can go. And this is the reason why this should be your number 1 focus, because you're also going to get yourself impure Jujutsu crystals and everything else along the way that you normally would have to trade for, right? You guys can see here, for example, crystal of this one is an item that can be used to get a limited break for the SSRs, any SSR as a matter of fact. That's a recollection bit, and this Through the Future May Differ as well too occurs throughout this. So you want to get all of these out of the way and then get yourself some chaotic jutsu crystals and everything else that goes along with it. Now this does take your stamina, your AP, okay? So I know everyone's focused currently on story mode. That's going to exist for a very long time. This is where your focus should actually lie, is getting all of these done, okay? So you guys can go up to 100 times. You guys can change the settings here depending on how many you have. You can also put on bulk reward exchange settings on, etc. Right? So pretty easy things to do. Don't forget to do this. This is super important. Now, how does this event work? Let me go through this event and talk to you guys about it, all right? So first off, there's a boss called the Formidable Battle. You guys need these currencies right here in order to fight the boss. And you guys can see the boss costs 20 currency each time you fight him. Now, the way this works is when you fight the boss, you're going to have a remaining amount of HP every single time and a break bar. So every time you challenge him, you're going to get a certain amount of drops. So if let's say I want to challenge this boss, when I beat this boss, he's going to reward me with 40 of the actual rewards when he's defeated, and then every time he drops, he can drop up to 56. This is the Annihilation one. Sorry, this is the one he drops. 56 when annihilated, 40 after that. Okay, so you want to collect these. Now, AP-wise, again, this doesn't cost any AP. This costs this cursed currency, which you will actually get from the story mode. So right here, the event quest, this is what's going to drop those currencies. All right, so for example, I have 2 of these left. I can sweep this, right? I want to max sweep it. Well, look what's going to end up happening here. You're going to end up getting a few different things. You're going to get yourself some EXP. There's the cursed energy that you need for that. There's some more EXP and some more actual cursed objects that you need in order to increase your characters, okay? So this is important because you can only do 3 of the hard modes. If you need to do unlimited battles, you can go back into normal and do these as many times as you want. They don't drop as many of these items, but hard mode does. So you definitely want to do hard mode, plus you also get the higher end stuff too. Now, when you fight the boss, it's pretty straightforward, right? You guys can successfully do auto battle. I don't recommend it unless you're super OP, and it's not very optimal, especially if your team is set up the way mine's set up. So for example, let's just say I want to do this fight. Let's go ahead with this team. That's fine. So we'll do this team right here. All right. So if you did auto battle here, auto battle doesn't play properly. It's, as a matter of fact, auto battle is horrible. It'll end up just doing basic attacks on the boss the entire time, doesn't buff correctly, etc., etc. Right? So right here, you want to just go ahead and do, if you can, if you have the time for it, just do some manual battling yourself. It just gets so much easier, right? So let's go ahead and do this manual battle real quick. We'll do this, turn this on. The boss is pretty straightforward. You do have 10 turns to beat the boss. If you don't, the boss again will keep the HP and break bar that you have left over, all right? So let's go ahead and do this. Use this one. We'll go ahead and buff this. We'll attack here. And you'll see what'll happen, right? You'll see the remaining turns, 9, it's gone down now. Now, Gojo's great for this, but you will also lose Gojo in the middle of the fight, right? Little over the middle of the fight, I guess. But you will lose him, nonetheless. So keep that in mind. So Nobara or Yuji are much better to bring here. Yuji specifically, because Yuji does also have the ability to have the bonuses here, right? So it's not a bad idea to bring Yuji into this fight instead to get that bonus points. Tokens are worth it, because if you plan to farm all the way to number 8, he's just going to provide you with as much possible bonuses as you can get. So not a bad option to do that. All right, so you guys can see here, we blast him. Look what ends up happening. He dies. We have this boss is dead. The new boss will now appear the next time I fight it. So I'm going to be starting everything from scratch, right? You guys see defeated, annihilated. You'll see now 73 for annihilation because of the bonus that we got from having the extra recollection bit from here, and then we got obviously the bonus here from defeating him. Okay, so total, there you guys go, completed. Now I have to go back and refarm this. Now what do you do at this point? Simply what you do is you go back into the event itself, and right here you're gonna see I have the ability now to pull 17 of these, right? So I'm gonna pull that, and you're gonna hope the animation shows that you got the character. I didn't, so what ends up happening is we just go right back into it, refight the boss, and you guys can see now the pool itself, right, shows everything that I just got from this pool and whatever's remaining. So that's how this works. So this is what you want to farm, guys. So if you have any AP left, this should be your main focus. Everything should be geared towards getting this completed and out of the way. Now, I will say this: the boss itself is not hard to beat. I normally fight very hard, but I did hard mode obviously because I already had one in session. If you can fight very mode, great. If you can fight special, that's even more tokens. The team that I used to get this done does it fairly easily, and it's a very free-to-play team. So all free-to-play players, this should be your number one focus. Everyone should be focusing on this. Now, if you're having a hard time with killing this opponent, I will recommend using the rare Inumaki, because he does have a stun, and if you can stun the boss every turn until the point where there is a residual decrease in the stun itself. But having this skill right here, the stun right there, is a great idea. It's a great idea because it'll stun the opponent, and honestly, it avoids you from taking damage for like at least 3 or 4 turns. I think after 2 turns, it'll avoid a stun that you can go back in. So try to do it every second turn. That way you can stun him more often than not, but that'll be a great way to increase your damage potential, plus not get hurt, and also just defeat the boss much easier. So having him on the team is great. Having the 2 buffers and Gojo is great. But again, if you have Yuji, the Yuji from this specific banner right over here, you will get yourself, right here, the Home Cycle Horizon banner, you will get yourself the opportunity to get extra bonuses and more tokens when you defeat the boss. So everybody, please put your efforts on getting this, especially if you're a chapter 8 like I am and you're now stuck to some extent. That's where all of your focus should lie, into getting that completed. This is annoying, by the way, because you have to challenge the domain over and over again. Anyways, there you guys go. That is the event, and that's how it works. So the goal is, just going to repeat it, a TLDR here. The goal in the event is simple. All you have to do is you have to farm the event quests. Okay, get yourself the tokens in order to fight the boss. Once you get the tokens, you go back in, you fight the boss, beat whatever version you want to beat. Try to do very hard if you can. If you can push the special, then that's even better. I'll probably do this one next. This one gives you the most amount of tokens. You guys can see 240 and 350 is insane. So this is what I'm going to push next. Once you can beat that boss, the HP remains, the break bar remains. Complete it. Once you've completed it, go back in, do your rolls under the exchange, and then make sure that you try to reach as far as you can in the prize pool by specifically getting these. Once you've completed this, it'll move on to the next pool. So you don't have to get all of it, you just have to get this, specifically the main prize, and then you can move over to the next pool once you've done that. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.